21. Let's read this. Beginning of the black race and the white. We are the youngest. We are the youngest race on this planet, both of us. This is Genesis 25 and 21. I'll start from 21. And it says, and Isaac is our father, because you had the children of the people of the promise. Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Out of them come the 12 tribes, and you come from Isaac, right? And it says here, let's get it. 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. What does barren mean? You know what barren means? It means she couldn't get pregnant. So Isaac went to God and said, look, my wife is not getting pregnant, can you do something about it? So Isaac went to God and said, make my wife get pregnant. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So she got pregnant. Yeah? And the children, so that means children is what? Singular or plural? Children. Not child, children.
Sorry, I'm very sleep deprived.
Huh?
I'm very sleep deprived.
It says here, children is plural. That means there was more than one. And it says, the children struggled together within her. So they were fighting in her belly, 2 children. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? If I'm blessed now to have children, why are they fighting? And she went to inquire of the Lord. She went to her prophet. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So out of these 2 twins, there are going to be 2 different nations, right? And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So when these children are born, separate them, because they're always going to be fighting. And it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Now let me ask you a question. You've got a black man in a race and a white man in a race. Who's going to win? Huh? If you've got a black man in a race and a white man doing a 100 meters race, who's going to win? Usain Bolt against whoever. Who's going to win? Huh? Usain Bolt, isn't it? Because a black man's stronger, isn't it? In the boxing ring, you've got Muhammad Ali and you've got a white man in there. Who's going to win? Mike Tyson, George Foreman. We can go on and on and on. Yeah? Black people are stronger than white. Not only that, I can stay in the sun here. Look. If I stay like this, with my arms like this in the sun, right, I've got no suntan lotion on, what's going to happen to me? Nothing, innit? Now you get the same Caucasian person out here, no suntan, no factor 50, standing here like this, what's going to happen? Huh?
I'd probably get sunburned.
You're going to get burnt, innit? You're going to go red and you're going to burn up, innit? So it's showing you, one people shall be stronger than the other people, right? And it says, and the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So what's going to happen? The first one that comes out is going to serve the latter in the last days, right? And when her days will be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in our womb. Not identical, but paternal, because they're in the same womb. Yeah, it says here. And the first came out red. Stay there. What colour would you say these people are? Are they white? Red, isn't it? Right, so we established that. He said the first will come out red. And let's see, read on a bit more. And it says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So Esau is the father of the red people. See the Caucasians today? Yeah? They're called Edomites. Because it tells you in Genesis, let's get it, Genesis 36 and 8, I think that is. Then we'll jump back. 36 and 8, and it reads, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Mount Seir, this is Mount Seir.
I mean, we've done.
You can go down to Jordan, yeah? Jordan, this is where you will find Mount Seir, right? You see this architecture, columns and pyramids, yeah? Who builds like that now? When you go down to, what's that? Have you ever been down to Fred Needle Street? That's it. Go down Fred Needle Street and you'll see, look, see the architecture? See this here? See the columns? See the columns and the arches? This is how they build. This is how we know this is Rome. You look at the bank on that, Barclays Bank, they've got columns and they've got arches. This is how we know this is the modern day Roman Empire. Right? This is how they build. These are all signs that we're in Rome today. And it says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. These are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites. So what it is, Esau has got a nation on the planet, on the earth today. Right? And the so-called Caucasians are the Edomites, the red people. Because that we established, when the sun comes out, look at me, I get vitamin E, vitamin D. But when Caucasians, when the sun hits, then what happens? They get skin cancer and stuff like that, don't they? They have to hide under factor, yeah? So it says here, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said to her, two nations are in thy womb. Two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And one people shall be stronger than the other people. Now who do we establish is the stronger? The black people, innit? And the elder shall serve the younger. Like we established, the first one comes out is going to serve the last one that comes out. So who's serving who today? Is black people serving white people, or is white people serving black people? Who's serving who today? Black people are serving white people, innit? In everything, innit? When we need to buy a car, who we got to go to? The white man. If we need to get a house, we've got to go to the white man. To the dentist, the white man. To get a loan, the white man. To get our clothes, the white man. To get our water, white man. To get our drinks, our food, white man. Everywhere we've got to go to the white man, right? So it says here, the first shall serve. So obviously, we're not in that time yet, but what it is now, we're into that, we're getting close to that time where white people are going to serve black people. Okay, that's why you've got coronavirus now. This is all the signs of the end of the white people's reign. But your elites have built underground cities and space stations. They're going to try and run and leave you white people to pick up the tab. You know your Bill Gates, you know Elon Musk, he's building a rocket program now to try and run an escape and leave you guys to pick up the tab. That's how wicked your people are. And it says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. Two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Esau, other one means red. And after that came his brother out. So he says, after that came his brother out. Why did he mention his colour? Why do you think he didn't mention his colour? Because he looked like the mother and father, okay? Brown, okay? And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So when the first came out, the second one came out, and he was holding his brother's, holding the red man's heel. Your father, or my father was holding your father's heel when he came out. Because in the last days, what's going to happen is, you are going to be pulled out of rulership. When Jesus Christ comes back, the black guy, he's going to set up his prophets, his servants, and we're going to fight and take down your kingdom. The same way you took us down in Masada and in Jerusalem, we're going to take you down. That's what Jesus is coming back for. In our church today, they tell you Jesus is coming back to hold the children's hands. They make Jesus sound very soft, don't they? Jesus, let's get one of his characteristics. Let's get Exodus 15. This is Exodus 15 and 3, and it reads, the Lord is a man of war. Jesus is a man of war. But they make him seem like he's this little soft, gooey-eyed, let's save the children sort of person, isn't it? But this is the guy they're putting up with. This is the guy Jesus is showing you. This is the guy, the paedophile. Yeah, this one here. He child molester. Yeah? That's the one they're talking about. Not the real one. The real one is got dark woolly hair, he's a black guy. Strong. Austere. You know what austere means? It means uncompromising. Let's get it. 19 and 27. This is what his disciples, you know about the disciples of Jesus Christ? Have you heard of them before? This is what he said. This is what they said. 19 yeah, this is what these disciples, this is in red. When the Bible is in red, this is Jesus Christ speaking. And this is Luke 19 and 21. For I fear thee, this is what the disciples said, I fear thee, thou art an austere man. Look at that word austere, it means harsh, uncompromising, hard, unbendable. So that don't sound like the same one they got, Jesus Christ. That one there is all flowers and roses and bring the children, I'll hug them and give them candy floss. Jesus Christ is coming back to kill. He's coming back to kill the Edomite. Let me show you something. This is a Bible dictionary. This is what it says about, I'm going to read about what they said about your people. Alright, it says here, Edomites, let's get it. Edom, or Esau. Esau, we read about Esau, innit? Esau is the father of the Edomites, the white people. It says here, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. Right, so in the scriptures, they're talking about a future judgment. Someone who's going to be judged. Right, you know what judge means, isn't it? You know you go to court, you get judged and sentenced, isn't it? So Jesus Christ is coming back to judge, it says here. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. See Isaiah 34 and 5 and 6. Isaiah 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. How does that sound? Huh? Don't sound too good, does it? Huh? So let's read Isaiah. Let's read Isaiah 63. Let's see what that says. But it's only right now, isn't it? Building a society off of free labour, 500 years of slavery, is only right now, isn't it? Yeah? So let's get Isaiah 63. Let's see what that says. Isaiah 63 and 1. And it says,
I didn't say it.
This is Isaiah 63 and 1. And it reads, who is this that cometh from Edom? So, what do we establish who Edom is? You remember who Edom is? Edom is the so-called white race in the Bible, Edom. So it says here, who is this that cometh from Edom with his dyed garments from Basra? Basra is the capital of the established Edom. There is a place called Edom, south of Jerusalem, called Edom. Today you can go down there, Petra, you take a holiday down there and have a look. They won't allow you inside, but you can look at it. Same like that, same architecture, yeah? It says, who is this that come from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Is that in his glorious apparel? This is talking about Jesus Christ on his second coming. Traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. And it says, mighty to save. Wherefore, why art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the winepress? Do you know what a winepress is? You know, in the ancient times, to make wine, what they did is they put grapes into a wine press and they treaded it to push all the grapes and the wine out, yeah, to squash them. And this is what Jesus Christ is coming to do. He said he's coming to tread the wine. Because he's coming back very big. He's going to be probably as tall as that there. You see that there? This is how Jesus Christ is coming back, tall like that. Yeah? And he says he's going to tread the white people like this, like the wine press, right? And it says, be ready in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine press. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, and I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. So this is what Jesus, they told you Jesus was a white guy, for one, but they didn't tell you he's coming to tread white people down like he tread the white press. So there's a bit of a confusion there. What do you think? It's a bit confusing there, isn't it? If Jesus is coming to save white people, that's probably the one they're talking about. But this is not the one of the Bible. The Bible says that Jesus is a black guy. The same way they persecute black people today, the same way they persecuted them back then, the Romans. Persecuted the Jews, the real Jews. Not the plastic Jews. These people call themselves Jewish. Yeah? They have stolen our identity. What should happen for, what do they call that again? Identity theft. What happens? What do you think should happen for identity theft? They should be punished, didn't it? Now, if I stole your wallet, yeah, with all your cards and credit cards, and I went and I started maxing them out, what do you think should happen to me? I should be punished for that, shouldn't I? Well, that's what they've done to us. They've stolen our identity and they've maxed it out in society. That's why these are the richest people in the world. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers. They're all the banking families that own the wealth. Have you got a national insurance number? They even own you. They float you in the stock market. Yeah? Anyone with a national insurance number, you're owned by the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Right? And it says here, and I will, it says here, and I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of redeem is come. And I looked, and there is none to help, so there's going to be no one to help you in that day. You see, you've got your military. You see, the white man rules by his military. He thinks his military is going to save him all the time. What does he do? He goes down into, like we said, he goes down to Iraq. Who does he take down there? The soldiers. What now are they doing in China? They're taking their ships down into in the South China Sea, trying to scare the Chinese with their war. Because he knows his weapon, the white man knows that his rulership, his weapon was to live by the sword. And what does it say about the sword? He that lives by the sword. What did they say? He that lives by the sword shall what? Shall die by the sword. So that's why the so-called white man's going to die by his own nuclear missiles. He's created them to destroy himself. But basically the Lord, our God, put it in his spirit to do it. He made him make them to destroy himself. He doesn't know, he thinks he made it to conquer the other nations. But he made it, the white man made it to destroy himself. You'll be, yeah? And it says here,
because I've been trying to...
for the day of vengeance is in my heart. And it says here, state my remnant, the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of recompense, and the year of my redeem has come. And I looked, and there is none to help, no, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury is upheld me. And I will tread them down, and I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down the strength to the earth. So when Jesus Christ comes, he's going to tread you white people down. That's what he's saying. Why? Because you trod us down, where he's chosen. You've built your 500 years plus of our backs. Everything we contributed, you've taken and said you've done it. Traffic lights. Who made them? Garrett Morgan. Garrett Morgan made them. The lights, you see the street lamps? Lewis Latimer, another black man. The car engine. Washington Carver Jr. Everything we've done, the only thing you made was the patent office, where you go and you patent your designs. So what you did was you paid the black people off, gave them whatever, and said, look, we're going to put that invention under our name now, so you don't get the credit. And plus, most of these things was made in slavery, because it made our job, like the cotton gin. We used to pick cotton, didn't we, in the fields. There was Elin, what was his name? Elin something. He made the cotton gin. Yeah? He made the cotton, and it separated the cotton from its husk. But who got the adulation for that? The white people. Thomas Edison is known for one of the greatest inventors. You know about Thomas Edison? Who did he have working for him? Who did Thomas Edison have working for him? Black people. Lewis Latimer won a case. The one that made the lights, he won a case against Thomas Edison because he stole his inventions. So what it is, we don't get the credit. We just get the credit for running around on a basketball court or whatnot. We are the entertainment. But we're going to find out in our kingdom, you guys are going to be entertained. Just like the gladiators. All you got to do is type in, what have you watching? The Americans. One second, I will get back to you. What have you been watching?
You got a black skin, Florida. Was at the beach.
Oh, Manat Zakbar.
That's the one.
Man. Yeah, keep watching him. We don't need no more than him.
Yeah, but like that makes still, because sometimes I'm not told that I want to, because I'm what, 55 now.
Yeah.
And I always knew, but I didn't. You know my name? Libra.
Who?
Libra.
Libra, that's the type of lady.
That's my name. You know what I mean? But whether or not, someone took me to the city, you should change your name. And I asked my mum, my mum did me, and I asked my mum, my mum's mate, I said to them, they worked together for years, side by side. And I said, why is she naming me? She said, because she's sitting with a rebel. I said, wait a minute, and it's true, I'm not like, if you're wrong, like whether you're my son, my daughter, my brother, whoever, you're wrong. And I don't follow, you know what I mean, I don't follow the crowd. Sometimes I think I'm a bit louder, there's something wrong with me, I don't suffer. It's hard to explain, man, it's hard to explain, but the neighbor my mum named me, she meant was the king. Because since I've been born in 66, you've been shown nothing but shit. Nothing but shit. This is exactly nothing but shit. You're worth shit. It's still going on now. So,
and you've been watching Manat Zakbar. Keep watching him, and you can't go wrong.
So when you say, people say to their neighbor, everyone's like, why? But remember, like, you still have to dig deep. Because there's a certain amount, there's a bit of Bible, but there's a certain, but it's the name, it's just a name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depends on how I operate.
Right. Don't worry about the name. I'm just giving it to you by someone else.
Yeah, but so, because how am I going to catch you?
I'll be here, I'll come out on Saturday,
Yeah,
isn't it?
tell you,
Tell her what,
I love you, I don't really read, you don't mean the female? Male, female? Sorry, dog, perfect. It's not a real person, it's not personal white, it's not about that. It's just the truth.
It's alright, man.
No, I hear it, but I just, this is what I wanted to say. All the time I watch it, sometimes I see it, and then he can easily walk away with it's a black and a white thing. It's not that. No. It's not that, it's just the truth.
That's what I mentioned, that's what I mentioned Edom. Yeah. It's about Edom and about Israel. We're going to have white people what look like this, but they're Israelites.
Yeah.
Right, so that's why if you try the spirit.
No, with the red hair, maybe there's a good cake for that.
Well, red hair, that's Esau, isn't it? Red hair is Esau, isn't it? Esau, come out red. You understand? But we don't know by the spirit.
Why is it?
We'll know by the spirit. Brothers and sisters tested by the spirit. Okay? Right, peace, yeah?
What's your name?
Taz. Yeah, I did, Taz. So let's get back. You see, like, our people are waking up. That's the worst sign for so-called white people. These are people waking up. Because that's what they've been doing. They've been trying to keep us asleep for many a year. That's why they got all our, like, our so-called people, like, how can I say it? Like basketball players, American football players, anyone in that film stars, they just try to keep us asleep. Because like I said, once they keep us asleep, then the white race can keep ruling. Do you walk all day around with that thing on your face?
Yeah.
Right. Don't you like to breathe your own, don't you like to breathe some air now?
Oh, it's not that.
Huh?
It's not that. I just have anxiety and prevents me from scratching my face.
Oh, you have anxiety?
Yes.
About what? Anxiety about what?
It's just a disorder.
About life itself?
Yeah.
Are you a boy?
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm trying to say is, what, do you go to special school? Where's your special school?
I can't say that.
Huh?
Can't say it.
You're not allowed to say. Why not?
Personal.
Huh?
Personal.
I told you not to say.
No, it's just personal.
What?
It's just personal.
It's a special school though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you suffer from anxiety, innit?
Yeah.
Like attacks in there, innit? Do you know that's a demon? Everything like that is a demon. That's why Jesus Christ was casting demons out of people. See that anxiety demon you got him? If he's in the Israelite, he would have cast it out. Because you're an edomite, he wouldn't cast it out. He only dealt with his people. Yeah? So let's read in some more. Let's finish this, and it says, and I will tread down the people. Okay, well, let's get let's get.
I was gonna ask.
Oh, go on.
666.
Yeah, 666. What about it?
Which really meant.
What?
I've heard it's an angel.
It's an angel.
Angel.
It's probably on the left-hand side. Satan. It's an angel of Satan. 666 is this society set up on the 666 system. Look at a barcode. 666. The microchip. Let me show you something. The RFID. See this here? This is what they're going to put in us. There's the barcode set up on the 666 system. Yeah? 6 is going to be your right hand or your forehead. Yeah? Yeah? Your hand. There's a microchip. It says it's like a grain of rice. Yeah? And there's a club in Spain called the Baja Club. This club has been it's been going for quite a while now. They don't use no currency, they use this chip. You can only get in this club if you got this chip. So when you're at the bar now, all they do is they scan your hand and take your money out of your hand. That's why Bill Gates now is trying to bring in this quantum dot tattoo and the microchip. They're going to try and implement this now with a digital currency. Yeah? And this is what it's really about. Your elites in the society, the so-called the Queen and Bill Gates and all these people are your upper echelons of your society. And what it is, they're going to try and implement this mark of the beast, you see. They're going to try and implement it. But what it is, they're going to get rid of, they're trying to get rid of 6.5 billion people. It's called, there's some stones in Georgia called the Georgia Guidestones. It says, maintain humanity. That means keep humanity at 500 million. That means they're going to get rid of 600 billion people. So how are they going to do that? Bill Gates said it. He said the best way to get rid of it, have you been vaccinated yet? Are you going to get your vaccine? You're going to get it, yeah? So that's what Bill Gates said. The best way to get rid of them is by vaccination. So what it is, they're going to change your DNA. So when they change your DNA now, and another virus comes out, what's going to happen is, you're going to be susceptible to that virus. Because they've changed your DNA to fit a specific virus. So when you take that jab now, when the other virus comes out, you're going to be vulnerable to it. So that means they're going to get rid of you. So all these people you see lining up for that vaccination are lining up for death, basically. Because they're going to get rid of them. That's how they're going to get rid of them. And there's a film I've called, have you heard of Resident Evil? And you got a game, innit? A video game. You ever played the game? Video game. There's a video game and a film called Resident Evil. what the man said in it, what we want to do, we want to get rid of the people, but we want to leave the infrastructure. You know what I mean by that? What I mean is, you see like we've got all these cars on the road and all that, we don't actually want to blow up all the road and the cars, we just want to get rid of the people. So this is how we do it, by the umbrella, it's called the Umbrella Corporation. They're the T-virus. Yeah? And this is what they do, this is what they do, they bring in the virus. The same way they got rid of the North American Indians, they killed them by giving them smallpox in the streets. There's nothing new what is the Caucasians, they've done it throughout society, throughout the ages, so they know what they're doing. When it comes to wickedness, there's no better wicked person than a white person. That's what they're built on. The Bible says that all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, but really, he said he created white people to be the wicked and the blacks and Hispanics to be righteous. Ask a white man why he hates black people, he can't even tell you. They don't even know why they hate us. But God made it that way. Yeah? He made you to be our adversary, our enemy. Because at the end of it, what he's going to do, he's going to get us. Same way you put us in slavery and you treated us bad, we're going to do that to you guys. But we're not going to be wicked like the way you are, you know, raping our women and cutting babies out of our bellies and molesting men and all that. We're not going to do all that. What we're going to do, we're going to make you build our kingdom. You see how we build this? You're going to build ours in Jerusalem. But you're going to be dealing with proper stuff like gold, precious stones, and you're going to build our houses, and then we're going to put you in a pit. After you finish your labour, you see that we had to go in the barn, after you finish labour, you're going to go into a pit. We're going to put you in a pit, that's what the Bible says. And when you've built our kingdom, 1,000 years of your slavery, because we done 500, yeah? So the Lord said double. You're going to have to do double. So that's 1,000. We're going to give you 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. And then we're going to get rid of you, because we're no longer wanted. Because if you've got cancer in your body, what happens? They said they've got to get rid of the cancer, innit? So if they take 99% of cancer out of your body and leave 1% in there, what happens? The cancer starts to spread again, innit? So you've got to take all the cancer out, innit? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the cancer off the earth. We're going to take you white people off the earth after you've done your 4 years of slavery. So it behooves you now, try and get the best out of life now. I know it's hard now because, you know, lockdowns and, you know what I mean? God is doing that because we're coming. Remember back in the 80s, what was you born? Huh? 2005. He was born 2005. So what does that make you now? How old are you? Huh? You're 16. Okay. So you got born in the wrong time, innit, really? You got born when all this shit was happening, innit? Sorry, man, but there's not much I can say for you, man. You got the shitty end of the stick, innit? Yeah. Your forefathers had it good, man, having us in slavery, you know, drinking wine and whatnot on our backs and that, hanging us and all that, you know. I was reading an article today and I thought when I looked at the word picnic, and I thought picnic meant pick a nigger and hang him. But it was from a French one. I was doing a little reading, studying it. Because they said that, you know, like you go to picnics. You know that term picnic? I thought it was like back in the term, you see white people used to pick a nigger and hang them. Yeah? And then they would drink lemonade and apple pie while the black man's burning alive or hanging. And I thought that was picnic. So I'm looking at I'm going to do some more research on it. I've got an article and it's saying that because picnic, there's a lot of people having a picnic today, innit? Would you reckon? Because sun's out. Yeah. But pick a nigger, picnic goes back to pick a nigger. I thought that's pick a nigger and hanging. Like I said, apple pie and lemonade. Yeah? So we're gonna have pick a honky or pick a edomite. How you feel about that? It's only right though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're just don't worry, I'm gonna look after you in the kingdom. I'm gonna give you a good job. What job you want? Because it's coming. What job you want in our kingdom? So I've got a shitty job in this kingdom. Well, I'm putting it this way, my job's alright. I'm gonna say my job's alright. Because I don't get no hassle. I don't get no one over me, blah blah blah. Just go in the morning, do what I gotta do, then leave and then, you know what I mean? But what kind of job you want in the kingdom? Ask me now, or forever hold your pieces.
I'm gonna die.
Huh? Can you project your voice a bit? Because you're under the mask. What do you want to do in the kingdom? Do you want to clean my grizzly bears? No, innit? Because that's a one-time job, innit? Huh? How about my tigers? You want to clean my tigers? That's a one-time job, innit? So what job do you want? Because there's only one time them tigers are going to eat you up, innit? If you try to clean grizzly bears, when you think about it, they're going to eat you up, innit? So what kind of job do you want? You want me to pick your job? If you can't pick your job, it's not going to be a good one. Huh?
Give me the worst job.
You want the worst job?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to give you to clean my grizzly bears, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, I'll give you that job. Clean my grizzly bears. One-time job. So you're going to be eaten up. You want to get eaten up by grizzly bears. But you're only going to come back again. What I do is I make you get eaten for the return of your life, for eternity. Is that a good thing? Pain for eternity. Huh? Every time you come back, you get eaten by a grizzly. How about that? That's not good, is it? So what? You want a better job then, didn't you? You want to probably cultivate my trees, trim my berries and whatnot, innit? You want a job where you know? Because I'm asking you what job you want. Now, it's an opportunity to get the job what I'm going to give you in the kingdom. See, I didn't get that chance. My family, my parents didn't get that. We were slaving, picking cotton. We didn't get that chance. Because you were so humble, yeah, I'm giving you a chance now to pick your job. Because I will see you when Jesus Christ comes back. I'm going to see you. I'm coming to see you. And whatever you tell me now is what's going to happen to you. So what job do you want?
Depends what job you want.
What job I'm asking you? There's going to be plenty of jobs in the kingdom. I'm asking you, what job do you want now? When the kingdom comes, you can pick your job. Because a lot of these people ain't going to make it.
If I could choose any job,
Yeah.
designing stuff.
You want to design stuff in my kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you the job. Because there's going to be a lot of designing in my kingdom. Because your people are going to have to build a big palace. Big palace for me. So maybe I'll let you design my palace. How about that? Sounds good? Okay. You got your job. Alright? You got your job. So anyway, let me see what the time is. I'm going to close out now, I think, because I put in a good amount of time. 2 hours, yep. I put in a hell of a lot of time. Good time. So, pardon? Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel.
What's the name?
Do you want it, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll let you have it because you're gonna fill in my kingdom.
Is it like a live stream?
No, this is not a live feed, no. I don't know how to do all that, you see, otherwise I would probably do it live. Let me give you my YouTube channel. Right, let me close that first. All praises to Yahweh Shemi Awashai. That's the one they call God and Christ. Who's a black man, by the way. Christ was never a white guy. They lied to us, yeah, in order for white supremacy, yeah.
The hierarchy.
Huh? The hierarchy. Yeah, but a lot of your people know that Jesus Christ wasn't a white guy, but they've just carried on, you know, in society. But that's why they're going to be punished. All praises to Yahweh Shemi Awashai, Bahashim Rikar Kadash. Yeah, double honors to the apostles and elders who told us this. Truth and sincerity, yeah. So shalom to the brothers that are preaching the word on the street, and Kwam Yasharallah and Wata Barbabo. Destruction of this wicked kingdom, man. It's got to go. Too much wickedness, child molesters and all that. You know, it's got to go.
Jesus looks like me.
No chance. You wouldn't need suntan lotion, son.
He's from Palestine, isn't he?
You're not a Jew. You're a fake Jew.